Welcome back to another Axel 72 YouTube video. We're back with another interview, and this time we are joined by middleweight 12 and 1-1 boxer River Wilson Bent. River Wilson, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Yeah, all well. What about yourself?
I'm doing great, mate. I'm very much appreciating you coming on the channel, and
Yeah. Sorry about being a bit late.
no, it's completely fine.
Yeah.
So we'll get straight into the questions. We'll start off with the question which I will always ask going into the interviews, just because it's a good starter question. Who inspired you to go into boxing?
It's a bit weird one. Like, I wouldn't say I was inspired into doing boxing. I was always dipping my toes in sports. Like my dad, he really pushed me. My mum and my dad really pushed me into sports as a kid. So I played like football, rugby, went back to football.
Right.
Boxing, I found off my own shoulders. One of my mates, Stephen Steele, one of my old best mates back in the day, just said to me, "Do you fancy coming to the boxing gym?" And I was a bit like, "Oh, I don't know." I kept putting it off, and then one day I just thought, "Yeah, let's just go." So I went to the boxing gym, and it was tough. The first session was really hard. I remember they sent everybody out for a run, and I was running beyond at the start. I was at the front, and then coming to the end of the run, like, I lost everyone. They actually sent people out to come and find me.
Really?
Yeah, because I was that far behind, and I thought this is really tough. But since the first day that I went, I was addicted, mate. I was stuck. I loved it, so I stuck at it, and I'm here now.
Right. Okay. So we'll go back to your first amateur fight. From what I've heard, you had about 57 amateur fights. Am I around about right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you won some impressive regional titles. But we'll go back to the start of your first amateur fight, if you do remember it. What was your mindset going into that, and how did you do?
Well, leading up to it, I was a bit, I wouldn't say useless, but I weren't the best lad in the gym. There was a lot of good lads up there in the gym at the time. So I remember my coach going around to everybody in the change room at the time, because he used to box for Newdigate, and he said to me, "Everyone, I expect well of you. I expect well of you." And he said to me, "River, I don't know what I expect from you tonight."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, sound." And I remember I boxed a lad because they were trying to get me a skills belt, but I didn't want a skills belt. I was like, I'm 14 years old. I think I was 15. Sorry, I'm 15 years old. I don't want a skills belt. All my mates were boxing. I want to win the fight.
Yeah.
So they got me a normal fight. I had a lad from Shepshed. He had one fight, won it. Stopped the lad.
Yeah.
So it was a tough fight for my first one. So I thought, okay, it's on a home show, and we'll go for it. So I remember looking at him, and he had a tattoo as well. And I remember going to my mate, like, "He's got a tattoo," because he's bigger than me. I was like, "He's got a tattoo." So just as a kid, the things that go in your head, you're just thinking, "Oh my God, he's bigger than me, and he's got a tattoo." It's pretty scary when you're a kid, but you know what? I went in there and absolutely boxed out my skin, mate. And he gave me a count in the first round. It should, to be fair, I was hitting each other at the same time, and then I got counted. So I thought, "Oh my God, Jesus, I'm getting a count." And then I'll give him another count back in the second round, and I'll give him a count back in the third round. And I beat him, unanimously.
Oh, right.
It was a good fight.
Impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So obviously,
go on. Sorry.
So obviously, you did have a lot of amateur bouts, like most people normally do. Why did you turn pro when you did?
We were just coming off the Harrogate, and I boxed. I got to the final of the Harrogate. I boxed 3 days. And it was always, me and my coach was always talking, like, if we have a good Harrogate, let's just turn over after it. Like, we're 23 now. Well, that was when I was 23. We thought, it's a perfect taste to do it. I'm mature. I'm really stuck into my boxing, and everything's going right. Let's do the transition. But obviously, it was all according on how well I did in Harrogate, and if I fancied staying doing amateur for another year. I'm glad I didn't, because obviously pandemic and everything all hit.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Not that year, but the year afterwards it hit. But at least I got going. But yeah, it was just, I had a good Harrogate. I boxed a lad called Gabriel Dawson in the final, and he was easy. He just won the Europeans. When I boxed him, he was third in Europe, number 1 in Ireland, and he got like 4th in the world. So it was a really good fight. I didn't lose it, but I put a real good fight against myself, and then after that we just thought, you know what, let's make the transition. So
yeah. So obviously you did have your first pro fight, which you did end up winning impressively, from what it sounded. so you obviously had quite a few tough fights in between between to where you're up to now. One being, obviously, I don't know how much you're going to want to talk about it, but you've had 2 fights with Tyler Denny. From the first fight, which did end up in a draw, is there anything that you kind of look back on that did you think you won it, or do you think you should have done some more, or what?
I thought I was winning the fight. Generally, really didn't think I was winning the fight. He was coming on strong, but we always know that in my gas tank I'm fit, so he thought he was coming on stronger. Then I hit him with just before on the 6th round before I got cut. I hit him with 2 big backhands and put him straight on the back of his heels. Yeah. So, and I know that if I rushed into, then I rushed onto him and then I got cut. Yeah. So, the things that I wish I was just a bit more patient. But like I say, if I didn't get cut, I would have won that fight. If it come to the in 10 rounds, I would have won it. Would have been done. Obviously, it didn't happen like that. There's so many ifs and buts, and then obviously we had the second fight.
So obviously, you did have the second fight, which unfortunately for you did end up in a defeat, but was still a good fight, a very good fight. And I was just wondering, how was it dealing with a defeat?
It's hard, mate. We all want to be winners, and we're massive. Course, yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's a massive winning game, especially on a big platform like that. That's all you want to do. You want to impress. You want to win. I feel like I still did impress with people. And I spoke to a lot of people afterwards. A lot of people had me up in the cards. A lot of people had Tyler up. A lot of people had it before. But like I said, the question of how to deal with defeat is get straight back in the gym and train hard. Like all it made me do now is be more focused and like, what did I do wrong and what did I do right, and just we're working thoroughly hard and changing little things in my style, because there's little glitches in my armor what we should have corrected when I was 14, 15, but now. So, and mate, it's all progression, man. Like, it's all learning. So in my head, I am disappointed. I'm not happy, but I know that I'm going to come back bigger and stronger, and I'll be better after a fight like that. I'm only going to become back better.
I hear about a lot of boxers say sometimes getting a defeat does help kickstart them back into doing really well, and then they go on to bigger and better things. So that obviously definitely could happen with you. How's it been back in the gym? Are you starting? Like, obviously you haven't got an opponent yet for the moment, but are you about to maybe go into a camp, or is it just kind of gym every day as usual?
Yeah, man, we've got a date in mind, end of September. That's what we're looking at.
All right.
So I've been in camp for about 10 weeks. So we're getting back on my food. To be fair, when I say about being in camp, I'm always in the gym anyway.
Yeah.
So like, after the Tyler fight, we had about a week and a half off the gym because my body was aching and everything. My body hurt. I wanted to get back to the gym straight away, but my coach just said, "No, chill out," and I was pretty happy that he said that because my body was in bits for days afterwards. But yeah, so we're reloading, getting ready for the 24th of September. I think that's what we're looking at. But yeah, that's it, mate. We're just back at the gym, training hard.
All right, great. So do you have an opponent in mind, or is it just kind of accepting who you're going to get given?
We haven't got an opponent in mind, but me and my manager and my coach, we sat down and we spoke about things, and we said, look, we don't want to go back too far because I think I've proved myself. I've showed that I'm at that level anyway.
Definitely,
so we don't have a little 6-rounder or go and have a. I'll be happy with an 8-rounder, but I don't want to go. I feel like I'm way past 6 rounds now. So if it's an 8-round, 10-rounder, that's the more direction I want to go in. Like I say, I'm still ranked like 13th in the UK. So do you know what I mean? So I'll still up there, get a good fight against me, a good sellable fight as well, because I don't want to sell a shit fight to people. For my fans and friends and family to come and watch. I want to sell an exciting fight. So no opponents yet, but we've sat and had that conversation. So we'll see what my manager comes up with. But he always comes through pretty good. So.
All right. So what is it? How many times do you think you'll be able to fight this year? Is it 1 or possibly 2?
We want 2 fights this year.
2?
By the end of the year.
Right. Okay.
I want to be pushing for if I don't even fight. I know I've just come up for loss, but if I get a 10-round and I can box for a title, I'll be happy. But if I'm not, I understand. instead of coming off a loss. So if I get a win in September, when I get a win in September, hopefully at the end of the year we'll push him back in for the English or maybe national title. But in my head, I don't want to go off the route to an international title unless it's given to me on a plate and I have to go and do it. And there's no other options. But the option in my head that all I want to do is do the same thing. So I want to box for the English title. I want to box for the British title. I want to do it. I still want them achievements.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, the goal's still the same.
So obviously you've worked with Sky now for the past couple of years and Boxer. What's it like working with Sky?
It was my second time fighting on the Sky show because I'm signed with Hennessy
Sports.
Right.
Yeah, you were with Hennessy, weren't you? Yeah. All right.
I still am with Hennessy. They had the Channel 5 deal. So I boxed on Channel 5 for a year actually. And then something happened, so they lost the deal with Channel 5, and then we're getting pushed towards Sky now. So even better. You know what I mean? It's a lot better than Channel 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's been good, mate. Literally, the production and everything is just ridiculous. Like we had the workouts, the interviews. I'm rubbing shoulders with people like Johnny Nelson, Spencer Oliver. Do you know what I mean? So I'm meeting Ben Shalom, and I'm meeting all these guys, these other boxers, and I love it, mate. It's where I want to be.
Great, you know I mean? So I've got another question, which is quite a common question, which I'll ask, but. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because obviously you're 27 now, am I right?
28.
28, my bad. And so if in 5 years you'll be definitely in your prime. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself winning a British title outright and pushing forward towards Europeans and world honours. That's the main goal.
Yeah.
But my main goal in my head is to get that British title. It's a beautiful bout.
Yeah.
Like boxing in looks wise, so get myself one of them, and if I can win it outright, when I win it outright, it'll be amazing. Quality.
All right, okay. And we'll leave it with this last question, which is kind of a fun question, really. I see that you're wearing the Coventry shirt. I know you're a big Coventry fan. On this channel, we also talk about lots of other sports. So I'm just wondering how you think it will go for Coventry this season, going into the new season.
Yeah, it'll be a good season. What about? I think there's talks about Callum O'Hare leaving. Or I don't know if he has signed and left yet. I don't know. But I think we'll have a good season, mate. We're always going to have a good season. But I just hopefully we get in the playoffs this year and we go win the title, mate. That's it. And then push on to the Premier League. I always did say, what I said last year, I said it'd be sick if Coventry City got in the Premier League and I won a British title. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be thriving. Maybe next year, mate.
Maybe
the Premier League. League's coming. British title's coming back to Cov. So
that'd be great. I mean, maybe one day we'll see you fighting in the Coventry Stadium.
Oh, mate, that'd be amazing at the CBS Arena. It'll be wicked, mate. To be fair, I did an interview on there before when I first boxed Tyler, and just standing on the pitch and having a talking to all the fans and everything. It was quality. So, but being actually fighting in the stadium, that would be amazing. The arena, it would be amazing. But I've got a bit of work to do before we get there, and I'm ready. I'm on job, so we'll get that done.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's all my questions. I'll leave it by saying good luck with the rest of your career. I'm certain you'll be able to bounce back, and I'm sure you'll be able to get these titles in which you are asking for or wanting. And maybe when you do get another title shot, we can come back and possibly do another interview and see how things have changed then.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Sounds good.
So that is the end of this video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you did indeed like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.